pregnant women forcibly dragged into the living room. Blood and amniotic fluid flowed all over the ground. He begged the other party to let him go for the sake of the child. The other party is completely unmoved. Instead, he tied his hands behind his back with a tie. Both legs are firmly tied together, and then cover his head with a plastic bag. Connected to the vacuum cleaner bag, it is instantly sucked into a vacuum. The poor, pregnant woman gradually lost her composure. The killer didn't leave, but standing in front of the French window, calmly looking out at the sea. At this point, the pregnant woman's husband has returned. Seeing my wife fall to the ground, hurry up and rush over, tear open the plastic bag, desperately giving him artificial respiration. Unfortunately, my wife didn't respond at all. The pain of his collapse. The killer slowly approached with a club, although the man was hit with a stick. But I also know that this is the killer of his wife and children. He rushed forward without killing himself, relying on a man's physical strength advantage. Firmly suppress women. Seeing a woman is about to be strangled, but the woman touched an iron, hit the man hard. The man also collapsed from the impact. The two of them just breathed a sigh of relief. However, the man stood up again. The two of them got entangled again. In dispute, a woman stumbles. The man also fell down with him, but he hit his head on the coffee table and died. You wouldn't have thought. Women are so cruel that they even kill pregnant women. His goal is just to buy a sea view house. His name is Mary. He is an ordinary bank employee, working hard during the day making phone calls to promote financial products. I worked as a part-time salesperson at the mall again at night. In order to quickly gather the down payment for the house, he tried every means to make money. Usually, if you can save, you can save. Boyfriend Lao Chern is a freeloader again. Two people go out to open a house, not even willing to pay half of the rent. Often sneak away while Mary is asleep. My colleague advised him, there's no need to be taken for a house. Who are you? I don't know that buying a sea view house was Mary's dream from childhood to adulthood. How malicious can unscrupulous developers be in order to grab land? They found a group of thugs and rushed into the residents' homes, beat and smash again and again. Those who are timid can only move away, not even getting a penny for compensation. Encountering someone who would rather die than move, just put it at someone's house. Viper, at that time, Mary was still a little girl. Their family is also one of the victims. Not long after, the old community was overthrown. New high-rise buildings are rising from the ground. The Victoria one that everyone yearns for. My family often talks about it. Originally, in this tall building, there should be a set that belongs to their family. At that time, Mary thought he had to work hard to make money, satisfy the wishes of family members. However, in a few years, my grandfather and mother passed away one after another. Didn't wait until he saved enough money. From then on, Mary's desire to buy a house has become even more urgent. A few more years have passed. Mary finally saved up enough for the down payment. She brought her younger brother with great longing to the dream Victoria one, wanting to choose the house of your choice. But then my father fell ill again, because my father concealed his condition while buying insurance. Insurance company refuses to reimburse medical expenses. The high cost of treatment quickly dissipated. The down payment saved by Manlai, even starting to have foreign debts. Manlai had no choice but to go to Old Chern to borrow money. It can be imagined that all I got was a perfunctory payment. But I couldn't afford the hospitalization fee. Father can only go home to recuperate. This day, father suddenly fell ill. Mary hurriedly picks up the oxygen mask. Next second, he hesitated. If my father is gone, he bought another insurance for his father. Will bring him millions of compensation, so he can buy a house. So he silently watched his father die. On the day of receiving 2 million yuan in compensation, Mary immediately booked a house. But when he arrives at Victoria 1, but the homeowner said they wanted to raise the price by half. Because of the continuous rise in housing prices, the homeowner feels that the original price has been sold at a loss, would rather compensate for breach of contracts than sell. Man's money is only enough to pay the down payment of the original price. For this house, he has been struggling for over a decade. Even my own father gave up his fate. Why are you teasing him like this? Is there any way to lower housing prices? Becoming a haunted mansion seems like a good way. A night shift security guard is dozing off. Someone is slowly moving down with a bomb. When it reaches his neck, instantly tightened. The security guard was awakened by a shock. Wage a desperate struggle, but the killer clenched on the hammer, just in case. The security guard picked up the knife. Want to cut the tie? How many cuts have you made in a row? Can't cut it off. One force even cut open one's own major artery. The poor security guard picked up the box lunch. The killer casually pried open the door of a resident, killed the nanny with lightning speed. Even pregnant women with large stomachs were brutally murdered. Wait for the male host to return home. Also brutally killed by the killer. This killing should have ended here. But Mary heard the noise upstairs. When I lived in an old neighborhood, upstairs often make noise. He went upstairs with a sharp knife in his hand. A few young people upstairs are drinking 5 fans and 3 ways. Blue fur everywhere. I vomited. Smoked to the point of going out and getting some air. As soon as I opened the door, I directly hit Mary's sharp knife. Blue hair attempts to resist. With a carefree stroke, Mary, blue-haired fingers connected to the internal organs. It's all gone. Companions hear the sound and come out to check. I was scared to pee in an instant, turning around and wanting to run, but he slipped on vomit. Created a good opportunity for Mary. He came to the bathroom. Kill the vomiting girl Kerr on the toilet. Hear ambiguous sounds coming from the room. Go in and kill the boy with one blow. The girl took the opportunity to hide under the bed. Mary used a knife to sweep under the bed. Accidentally dropped the knife. The girl stabbed him in the leg with a knife. Mary bravely stabbed the girl to death with a wooden board. At this moment, a knock on the door sounded. Mary pretended to be the homeowner and went to open the door. Unexpectedly, 2 police officers came to visit. He was trying to fool him. Who knew that the girl didn't die completely, biting on a wooden board and coming to kill Mary for revenge. The police rushed into the room to stop the incident. The bodies covering the room stunned the police. Girls suddenly explode. A wooden board cut through the throat of a police officer. The police gun went off fire, killed one's own companion. Mary left here dragging her legs. On the next day, nothing had happened. I was on duty. The real estate agent called, indicating that the homeowner is willing to sell the house at a lower price. Mary watched the report of the massacre in her hands, happy to finally buy a house. Soon he started moving, however, the dream house. But I can't even fit a double bed. The bedside can only barely rest on the windowsill. The latest news report comes in my ear, driven by the US financial crisis. The inflated housing prices have started to plummet rapidly, and he killed 13 people for this house. Among them is his biological father.